Now, the National Economic Council has given a deadline of September 9 for 4 states, Adamawa, Kwara, Sokoto and Kebbi, and the Federal Capital Territory to submit reports on state police establishment. Failure to do so will result in binding decisions. The NEC also discussed the severe flood situation and announced the release of 3 billion naira to affected states. A view of committee with expanded membership to establish and address the disaster and the impact of the damage to infrastructure and agriculture. That's on the flood now. But let's look at the statement on the state policing.
Well, it's commendable, and I think the federal government, just like I always advocate here, that a governor who cannot protect life and property in his state, which is the primary responsibility of every government, have no business in being in the state house, neither a local government chairman. You know, so now the issue of blame games is Mr. President, come and help us. I think the federal government is trying to say now that His Excellency Mr. Governor, you and your local government chairman be responsible in ensuring that your state is what? Safe and protected, so that the issue of blame game will not be there. We have advocated for this. And
you have?
Yes. And okay. We also want to feel that it's not going to be a time that the security vote will be properly utilized. Because in these scenarios that we see where the insecurity problem is pushed to Mr. President who is in Abuja, whereas you are a governor in a state or a local government chairman, that all to see how you curb the insecurity in your localities, you are pushing it to somebody who stays in far Aso Villa. It doesn't make any sense. So I want to think that the remaining states that are yet to submit their report should speedize it, so that let us now see the governors and the local government chairmen that are irresponsible, that are not able to protect in partnership and collaboration with the security operatives in their states. So when you cannot, then it means that you are the one that have failed.
Is this in any way going to help the insecurity cases that we have?
It's going to help because it will reduce the complaint, the story of Mr. President. And our president is elderly, so that our president, most of the work...
It's not on the president. When they say the federal government, it doesn't mean it's on the president. It doesn't mean on the president. There's someone who is in charge of security in the federal level.
The references most time is on Mr. President. Of course, Mr. President is the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces. So it's
not out of place also for them to reach out to him.
That's what we are saying. That's why I said that it's going to reduce most of the pressure on the president, who is the commander-in-chief. And especially now that our economy needs a whole lot of attention. So our president now will have more time to look for partnership, to look for opportunities that will, exploit the avenues for our economic development.
Do you think this has in any way disrupted that activity?
No. Yes, for me, it will end the blame game. Mr. Governor, tell us how you will fix your state security. Local government chairman, tell us how you will fix the security of your local government. If you fail, you can resign. If you don't know what to do, you don't have the basic responsibility of government is to protect life and properties. Number 2, welfare of citizens. So if you fail in this responsibility, what are you doing with our allocation? What are you doing with our resources? You have no business in governance. So I want to commend the federal government with this new initiative. And I want to encourage the state governors to, live up to her responsibilities. It's now a challenge on all the governors in the 36 states, including FCT. It's now a challenge on all the local government chairmen that it is no longer complain or blame game as usual. So the governor now will now tell us whom he's going to blame. Of course, he will now channel the blame back to the local government. And I think we may get more results. But our prayer is only going to be that the security policing, giving the state governors some level of strength, will not be used for political witch hunting or political wickedness. But rather it will be used on the intent on ensuring that the states are safe, the local government are safe. Then we are good to go.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador Ekie, for your thoughts on the show today.
My pleasure.
And big thanks for being a part of this. This is where we get to wrap it up on this episode of Atlantic Blowout.